Chiang Mai in rainy season. What's it like? How does it feel? Should you still go there when it's monsoon season, or should you skip it? In this video, I'll give a definitive answer, show you what it looks like, and share my thoughts. Enjoy! First, a couple of words about Chiang Mai. It's a picturesque town in the northern part of Thailand. It's the second biggest city in Thailand, which appears as a stark contrast when compared to always noisy and bustling Bangkok. Chiang Mai is known for its beautiful temples, amazing food, and a bit more laid-back lifestyle. Also, it's a gateway to the northern gems of Thailand, such as Pai, Chiang Rai, and the Mae Hong Son Loop in general. It was my first trip to Chiang Mai. It was actually supposed to be the second. I was planning to go there back in 2020, but unfortunately that trip had to be cancelled for two solid reasons. First, the trip was planned in February, and apparently it is one of the worst seasons to go to Chiang Mai because of all the crop burning. It really pollutes the area and spoils the whole experience. Another bigger reason was that the trip was planned in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic season. I was living in Malaysia at that time and wanted to explore the north of Thailand. And very fortunate at the very last moment I cancelled my trip. That was a really good decision because literally on the next day Malaysian borders were closed, and if I had gone to Thailand I wouldn't been stuck there. Fast forward 5 years later, I eventually made it there, but it seemed to be bad time again. It was August, it's rainy season, and I didn't really know what to expect. So what's monsoon season like in Chiang Mai? I'm not new to this part of the world. I've lived in Malaysia for 3 years and after that 5 years in Vietnam. I've also traveled all around Southeast Asia. But the thing is that rainy season in each of these countries acts differently. In Malaysia, for example, it rains almost every day at noon. It rains and then it stops. It's a regular thing, you know it's going to happen almost every day. Rainy season in Vietnam is totally different. Hanoi doesn't really have a tropical rainy season. In winter, it drizzles a little bit. In summer, we get occasional storms, but generally it is quite dry. Ho Chi Minh City has two distinct seasons, dry and wet. The dry season in winter doesn't have much rain. The weather is relatively cool and not too humid. Rainy season in Ho Chi Minh City is a different story. It rains every day, quite irregularly, fairly unpredictably, but not for too long. The rain usually lasts up to an hour and that's it. But Chiang Mai is in Thailand, in the north, and I didn't really know how it behaves in that part of the world. When I arrived in Chiang Mai, it appeared to be probably one of the worst scenarios at the start. When I landed, it was raining, not a monsoon kind of rain, just a drizzle, but a little bit of annoying drizzle. It rained the next day and the day after non-stop. It was rather unusual to see. I'd never seen a rainy season of this kind, where it rains all day long. At first, I thought that my holiday was probably going to be spoiled because I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things. I wouldn't be able to film, I wouldn't be able to fly my drone, I wouldn't be able to ride my bike long distances, so I wasn't entirely sure what I would actually do. Later though, I realized that it was actually pretty good to be there. The thing is, people know that August is rainy season in the north of Thailand. It is also a low tourist season, which means that not so many people go there that time of the year. It's pretty quiet, pretty peaceful. In the end, I actually really enjoy my time over there. Some peace and quiet, emptiness of the streets, everything's easy to access. Yes, it was a little bit rainy and gloomy, but actually quite nice. And still a lot of things to do, let me tell you. So, my first day in Chiang Mai was quite relaxed. I decided to just walk around and explore the city. I like Chiang Mai. It used to be an old fortress. Its old town has a very symmetric square shape. It's rather easy to walk around and explore, and that's what I did on my first day. It was raining, just drizzling, which was actually pretty nice because that would cool down the temperature and make my city exploration very comfortable. Chiang Mai is full of magnificent temples, each more beautiful than the last. I really like just walking around, admiring the architecture, checking the small streets of Chiang Mai, looking for something new. Chiang Mai is a bit of an artistic city, full of little galleries and museums. I quite liked exploring them too. The first day in Chiang Mai set a very good tone for my holiday. It was just so peaceful, quiet and relaxing. I would just walk there, explore, then enjoy amazing Thai food, and then repeat the cycle again. That was just lovely. On the next day, I decided to venture out of the city. Chiang Mai is known for its elephant sanctuaries. In the past, probably 10 or 20 years ago, elephant riding was quite popular. This was a rather cruel activity. The elephants were suffering and getting injured a lot. Luckily, now this kind of activity is losing its popularity a lot. Instead, the elephants that were previously used for riding are now placed in elephant sanctuaries that are just keeping them safe and healthy with no elephant riding. On my second day, I decided to go and see one of those elephant sanctuaries. The tour was quite simple. They just picked us up by a van and took us outside of the city to the sanctuary. I was super excited to see them so close to us. They told us that the elephants need to take some medicine for their digestive system to keep them healthy. So that's what we did first. We mixed some medicine with their food and then fed the elephants. Then we moved forward to another feeding station where we could feed the elephants with bananas and just take some photos. The elephants were not young, definitely over 10 years old, so they were familiar with people. They seemed to be pretty comfortable around us and didn't mind being surrounded by people. After some time, we moved onto the roof because it started to rain. The owners of the elephant sanctuary told us that elephants have very sensitive skin, which is why they shouldn't be exposed to the rain for too long. They seemed to be enjoying being on the roof. After that, we moved on to washing the elephants. We first covered them in mud and scrubbed them a little bit. After that, the elephants walked to the pond where we could use brushes to wash those gigantic creatures. It was amazing. I had seen elephants before multiple times, but I had never touched them. I had never been so close to them, and washing them felt quite surreal. They have very thick skin with a sharp, almost needle-like hair, but at the same time they're very sensitive, so it was really strange to be around them and doing that. I really enjoyed it. It was a great fun. One of the funny moments there was that there was a small baby elephant. Well, baby. She was probably 1 ton in weight and probably 1 or 2 years old, but in the elephant world, this is considered as baby. The cool thing about her was that she was born in that sanctuary, which meant that she had never been hurt by people. There was one coach who seemed to live there for quite some time, and it appeared that she was just in love with him. She would follow him, she would run up to him. She seemed to really care about him. That was really amusing and touching to see. Overall, I would really recommend this kind of experience, especially if you choose environmentally friendly sanctuary places. Please don't do elephant riding. I'm not sure whether they're even legal now in Thailand, but if you do see it, please don't do it. It really hurts and traumatizes elephants. They get injuries that don't recover well. These animals are so gentle and intelligent. It's really sad to see them being used like that. Next day, I decided to rent a motorbike. The weather was not ideal for this because it was rainy season, and if walking in the rainy season is delightful, riding a motorbike can feel rather cold. I didn't have warm clothes with me, and I was aware of how cold it can get when you ride a motorbike in the rain. I was slightly concerned about that, but still I decided to rent the motorbike just to ride around, explore and see what's around. Chiang Mai is a very walkable city, but there are lots of interesting spots around it, like restaurants or temples that are a little bit too far to walk to. One of the positive things about renting a motorbike in Chiang Mai is that they have quite a wide variety of motorbikes to rent. They had a whole list of different kinds of motorbikes of different power and type, which was really nice. I could choose from something super simple and super weak up to manual, powerful motorbikes. The bikes were new and well maintained. In my experience, it is quite rare to see such a wide variety of motorbikes to choose from, so that was a nice bonus in Chiang Mai. Since I had a motorbike, I decided to explore a little bit outside of town. Again, it was rainy season. I didn't want to risk a very long distance trip, but there were a few temples in the mountains that I really want to see. The first one was at the bottom of the hill. Its name was Wat Mong. It was a nice small temple with caves and beautiful stupas. Because of the low season, there were very few people. It was very peaceful, very quiet. I really liked walking around it and exploring it on my own. I imagine this were peak season, there would be crowds and crowds of people. But on that day when I was there, it was just blessed with seeing these people almost on my own. The next temple where I headed was at the top of the hill. This is the most famous temple in Chiang Mai. It's called Wat Phat Doi Suthep. The ride to it is quite steep and takes probably around 30 minutes. I saw some people walking up, but I wouldn't really recommend it. It's a very long and steep walk. The temple itself was just amazing, and it's very old, built in the 14th century, It is real beautiful. The view from it's quite breathtaking. You can see the whole of Chiang Mai from the top of it. I really liked it, even though I felt very self-conscious and a little bit guilty because I was wearing shorts, and in those temples you're not really encouraged to wear short sleeve clothes. This is quite disrespectful, so if you're going to a temple, please do make sure you're wearing long trousers and long sleeve shirts. But yes, highly recommend this place. It's really beautiful with amazing views and amazing temples. Just don't forget to wear proper clothes. After exploring the temples, I went back to the city for a night walk. Chiang Mai at night during the rainy season is pretty quiet and sleepy. There are some bums, but as far as I understand, they're quite outside of the historic old town. One of my main entertainments was attending this amazing bar called the North Gate. Honestly, I think this is probably one of the best bars I've been to, mainly because every single night they would have jazz performances. They would have singers from different places in Thailand and even from other countries performing there every single night. Even during the rainy season, the crowd in front of the bar would never thin, and it would always be difficult to find a spot to sit. This was basically my main entertainment every night, just going there, getting a glass of beer, and enjoying high quality live jazz music. Highly recommend. Another thing I would do at night was just walking around. Chiang Mai is so beautiful at night with its dim lights and temples in the dark. It was really nice to explore during the night time. The temperature would drop even lower, so it wouldn't be hot. It would be very nice, quiet, and peaceful. Just perfect. Another entertainment that I tried was a Muay Thai boxing match. It was, I think, my first or second time watching Muay Thai, which was quite an interesting experience. This boxing match that I attended was clearly made for tourists. It was just full of them. The match started with a rather weird performance of little primary age children fighting each other. Then they moved on to normal fights with adult people. I would say that probably half of the fights did not look fair, while the other half was quite competitive. The unfair half was because some fighters were simply disproportionate. One of the fights, for example, would have much bigger and stronger fighter, or one fight would be much younger than the other. There was one particular fight where we saw a young 20-year-old boxer beating his almost 40-year-old opponent. That young guy simply overpowered his opponent in that fight, which lasted for about 2 minutes. It did not seem fair at all. But not every fight was like that. Some of them were really serious and competitive, so in the end I quite liked it. So, what will be my conclusion? Well, it might be obvious that I'm quite positive about visiting Chiang Mai during the rainy season. Yes, it rains. Yes, you might be a little bit limited in what you can or cannot do there. For example, one of the things I decided not to do was a motorbike loop around my Hong Kong area. I thought that with all my gear, it just wouldn't be safe to ride around. It would rain quite randomly and frequently, which could make my gear wet. Also, long-distance trips when it's raining on and off can be slightly dangerous, but at the same time I knew some friends who did multiple times, and they were fine. So I wouldn't say that's a definite no-go. Chiang Mai during the rainy season is charming, quiet, and absolutely gorgeous. I had a great time, and honestly I would love to go there again during the exact same season just to enjoy some peace and quiet, all this beautiful old town, walk around, check the ancient monuments and temples, have their amazing food, and just do a sort of detox from living in a big and busy city. Chiang Mai is kind of perfect for it. But this will be for now. Chiang Mai was just magical. It set a very, very good tone for my holiday. After that, I went to Pai, Chiang Rai, and Koh Chang. That holiday was great, and I'll share everything I did there later. But for now, this will do. As usual, please like, subscribe, leave a comment in the section down below. Let me know what you liked, didn't like, what would you like to know more. I'm making a video about Pi right now, so if there's something in particular you want me to share, just let me know. But for now, this will do. Bye. Let's see you soon.